With Jimmie Johnson retiring, many are going back and looking at the best moments in his career. Today, I'm going to do the same and look back at Jimmie Johnson's 10 greatest wins. These are not going to include a winning season title or a non-points race. Points races with big implications on his career will be the ones counted in this video. So with that being said, let's start off with number 10, the 2005 Coca-Cola 600. For most drivers, this would be a career highlight. But for an all-time great like Johnson, it just makes the bottom of the top 10. Johnson had to survive a crash-filled Coke 600 with a record 22 cautions and over 5-hour runtime. Johnson would roll off fourth on the final restart, dueling Charlotte ace Bobby Labonte for a third Coke 600 win in a row.
Over there, there's no way. What's that?
One last charge right here, man.
It's all over, boys.
What's that? The last best move made
outside.
too soon.
Here he comes, outside.
Just like in Atlanta last March. He's not going to be able to do it, I don't think. They're side by side.
Here he comes. Jimmie Johnson.
48 car.
He did it.
Number 9, we have the 2011 Aaron's 499. This race isn't here for Johnson's career significance as much as it is for how the 48 got it done. In 2011, the super speedway races were filled with tandem drafting. Two cars would link up and be faster than the entire pack combined. In this race, Johnson would link up with teammate Dale Earnhardt Jr. and play it safe for most of the day, charging up in the closing laps towards a historic finish.
Way down comes Johnson.
Good run.
He's got room. They're 3 wide. 3 by 3 to the line.
Johnson.
Maybe Jimmie Johnson.
I believe he got him by an inch.
2/1000ths of a second he beat Boyd.
Okay, a 16th of an inch.
Number 8, we have Jimmie's 2012 victory at Darlington. Not only was this win in the Southern 500, but it was also the 200th victory for Hendrick Motorsports. Now, they had come close since their 199th win at Kansas with JJ. Dale Jr. finished runner-up in the Daytona 500 that year, as well as Gordon and Jimmie coming up just close at Martinsville, but finishing in disaster. But at Darlington, both Johnson and future Hall of Famer Chad Knaus would ensure that 200 wouldn't slip through their grasp once more.
Oh, yeah, he's got a nice, he's got a comfortable lead. He's in good shape.
Jimmie Johnson sails off into turn 3. Hamlin is going to have to deal with Stewart for second. Hendrick Motorsports 200th Sprint Cup victory belongs to Jimmie Johnson in the Southern 500.
For number 7, we need to fast forward to 2016 at Atlanta. Johnson had always performed well at the mile-and-a-half track, but this one hits special and it hits home towards Johnson's greatness. Johnson currently shares the title of 7-time champion with Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt. While Petty's 200 wins are out of reach in the modern era, Earnhardt's 76, while daunting, is within reach. And at the second race of the 2016 campaign, Johnson would reach that mark.
Around to the line, looking for the flag. 4 cars involved in the back. Johnson takes the white flag. Dale Jr., Kyle Busch, caution is out. It's over in Atlanta.
One of the best drivers in the history of the sport, Jimmie Johnson, with a NASCAR overtime victory. And you see the hand signal tying the late, great Dale Earnhardt, 7th all-time in Sprint Cup wins with 76. Of course, Earnhardt on the 3 car.
At number 6, we have what racing-wise was a boring as hell race, but a major accomplishment overall for the 48, the 2013 Daytona 500 victory. Most of the race was a train race, but on the final lap, Johnson had to hold off one of the greatest superspeedway racers of all time with Dale Earnhardt Jr. to win his second career 500.
NASCAR, if the track is clear, they will let them finish. We are still green. And here come the leaders.
Yeah, Mark Martin is really pushing Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that 88.
Junior to the inside of Greg Biffle. The green flag still flies. Martin's number 55. Keselowski in the 2. Biffle backing up. Patrick behind him. For the second time, the Daytona 500 goes to Jimmie Johnson, 5-time champion from El Cajon, California, and his Rick Hendricks Chevrolet.
He could thank Dale Jr. for that. Second year in a row, Dale Jr. has come on late and finished second.
Number 5 goes the furthest back in time of all his wins on this list. His first win at Fontana in his rookie year. Before being given a chance in Cup by Jeff Gordon and Rick Hendrick, Johnson was a largely forgettable Busch Series driver. He'd only scored one win and was mildly a confusing pick for Rick Hendrick to put in this ride. But on a sunny California day in 2002, Johnson would prove to the world just why he was in that car. And he would start off a dynasty for the ages.
He's got it made. We'll watch Kurt Busch drive off in this end of the corner. Picks up about 3 car lengths. Jimmie Johnson eases back to that throttle.
Jimmie Johnson off turn 4, 6th in points, leading rookie on the tour, and he's going to win his 13th start.
Here before a hometown crowd of his. Look at that.
Second straight win for Chevrolet. Johnson led 62 of the 250 laps.
Oh yeah, he had a good car all day long. He stayed in the hunt. Here comes car owner Jeff Gordon. Congratulate that boy.
He co-owns this car with Rick Hendrick.
Gordon finished 16th. Look at this. You the man. You the man. No, you the man.
No, you the man.
No, you the man. Remember, this is the car that Jeff Gordon won at Michigan and Indy with last year.
Fourth pick on this list, we see the passing of the torch at HMS. For years, Jeff Gordon was a benevolent dictator at Martinsville, but Jimmie Johnson was challenging him as the dominator. Then, on a dreary 2007 day in Virginia, the matchup many had been waiting for was set up. Gordon v. Johnson. The finish would prove to be an allegory for the future of the sport, Hendrick Motorsports, and at Martinsville.
4. Right, he can't get to him in turn 2, Darrell. White flag, but no surrender.
One more good one here, bud.
It's the last lap.
This is it. He's going to look under him there. Jimmie got a little bit off. He had to get out of the gas a little bit.
The head should be ready for him.
Here we go. He's going to move
Here it
him.
comes.
He's going to move
Boom,
him. He's
boom,
going to
it is.
move
Boom.
him.
Here
Goes
comes
to the
Gordon.
inside.
He's got the inside. They touch once, twice. Drag race. Jimmie Johnson.
Whoa! By a fender. Gentleman Jim. He held him off. Nice job, Jimmie. What a race by teammates.
We hit the podium, and for number 3, we're looking once again at a crown jewel, the 2006 Daytona 500. This race was marred by a low cloud floor that made the race a misty Sunday afternoon drive. Johnson would be at a slight disadvantage as his veteran crew chief Chad Canals wasn't at the track due to being suspended for infractions. Luckily, his backup was a future Cup champion crew chief in Darian Grubb. Grubb helped lead JJ to the win that started off his 5-year stranglehold on the sport.
6th. Here goes Ryan Newman. He's going to try the high side. Which way will Mears go? He'll hose this 12 car Ryan Newman.
Keep pedaling it, man. Keep pedaling.
That's a
clear by 4.
That's exactly crash behind him. Crash behind him. The caution is out. The race is over. Jimmie Johnson has won the Daytona 500.
You are my hero.
With his car owner watching here at the track and his crew chief watching at home, Jimmie Johnson wins.
Runner-up win is the most recent win on this list and possibly the most clutch and historically defining win in his career. The 2016 season finale at Homestead. Johnson was part of the Final Four for the championship that year. Fellow title fighters Carl Edwards and Joey Logano had been involved in a wreck recently on one of the restarts, while Kyle Busch was marred in the back trying to catch up. On a 2-lap dash to the finish, JJ would fight with Kyle Larson for the win and a clinching of his record-tying 7th Cup championship.
Jimmie Johnson out front. They've passed the overtime line.
Lane higher.
Larson looking to the high side. This time by.
Perfect lap.
White flag in the air. One more time around from Miami. Jimmie Johnson has never won at Homestead Miami Speedway, but he's never been in a position where he's had to win for a championship. Down the backstretch he goes. A half a lap away from the championship. Jimmie Johnson through 3 and 4. Make room. Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt. There's another 7-time champ. Jimmie Johnson wins his 7th NASCAR Sprint Cup championship.
You are looking at 7-time champion Sprint NASCAR.
Now, what race could beat a race win that locked up a 7th championship? Well, one that is more personal, organizational, and honoring in meaning. Jimmie Johnson was charging hard in the 2004 season trying to win his first title. At Martinsville, Johnson would earn his 2nd win in a row, but there would be no celebration as news broke of a disaster. On the morning of October 24th, 2004, a Hendrick plane with 10 people on board crashed, and unfortunately there were no survivors. Those on board included Rick Hendrick's son Ricky, his brother John, John's twin daughters, and HMS engine builder Randy Dorton. The following week at Atlanta, the championship was an afterthought as the organization tried to bring it home for each other and those that they lost.
Johnson leading Mark Martin.
Got through there a little bit better this time, Jimmie Johnson, but Mark still gained on him just a touch. But Johnson's got it. I mean, unless he makes a big mistake in 3 and 4, Mark can't do it.
This could be 3 in a row for that 48 car.
Buddy, come on, bring it home. Bring it home. Jimmie, don't do any burnouts, buddy.
The emotions of the victory for Jimmie Johnson. He wins in Atlanta for Hendrick Motorsports.
I'll tell you, that's good stuff.
Boys, in loving memory all the way.
And what more can you say?
Nothing.
After a terrible 7 days for the people of Hendrick Motorsports.
The adrenaline comes down and the emotion hits.
Yep.
It's the man that did it right there. It just, I don't know if it was meant to be or not, but I guarantee you, Randy Dorton, it wasn't just his engine under the hood today.
And with that, the list wraps up. Remember, these are just my opinion though. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I could be completely wrong for all I know. Also, if you possibly want to ask Jimmie a question, leave them in the comments below. We're going to be interviewing Jimmie this week for the NASCAR Weekly Podcast on my channel. Now, the show will start at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, where we'll premiere it on October 28th, but we're interviewing Jimmie before, so you got to leave your questions before Sunday. Can't wait to see you there. And now, before the video closes out, leave a like on it and subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR content. And until next time, have a good one.